recently I read a book titled Why Do I Do That? The Psychological Defense Mechanisms and the Hidden Ways that they Shape Our Lives. And this is by someone called Joseph Burgo. And this book looks into how we use defense mechanisms ultimately to avoid our pain. And all the times in the short term when we utilize these defenses, they can allow us to handle painful experiences. But when these become used for long periods of time, then they can cause us lots of problems. And in this book, he goes into a number of different defense mechanisms, and he also points out that if someone had a very painful childhood, then they can end up relying more on certain defense mechanisms to avoid the pain that's within them, because if they were to face it, they would end up feeling overwhelmed. And one of the big defense mechanisms he mentioned is narcissism. And this is a defense mechanism that can be utilized to avoid shame. So if someone feels as though they are worthless and they're carrying lots of shame, often called toxic shame, and this has then permeated their whole being, in order to avoid feeling overwhelmed by this and feeling as though they are basically worth nothing, they can use narcissism to keep this pain at bay. So then they end up becoming or acting as if they're the most important person on the planet. They can end up developing this superiority complex to avoid feeling completely inferior. And he also touches upon projection, displacement, reaction formation, and many other defense mechanisms. So if you are someone that wants to understand your own defenses and to understand the defenses that other people in your life might be using, I would definitely recommend this brilliant book. In a way, it really goes into the basics of psychology, being defenses, but these are so important. And when it comes to getting in touch with our own pain, because all the time we're running a certain type of defense, and it can make it harder for us to get in touch with who we are and to become more authentic and more of an integrated human being. And as he says in the book, we always use defenses. It's not something we can completely cast aside. But when a certain defense becomes a way of life for us, then it can lead to all kinds of challenges. So if you're looking to understand yourself at a deeper level, I would definitely suggest that you pick up this book. And you can also get it on Kindle, and you can buy the audio book too. So there's many ways for you to learn about what is in this book. So go for it.